Hey, what is going on, YouTube community? This is Blue. We are back with another video. Unfortunately, this is going to be quite a worrisome video for me. There has been some new PTR updates as far as how you're going to be upgrading your conduits, how you're going to be getting sockets, and a lot of it is going to be kind of what you're used to and actually worse, depending on the class that you play. And Druids, unfortunately, are getting the worst of it. I wanted to make this video so you guys are aware of what's going on if you haven't yet realized this for yourself. So let's go over this content, we'll read through it, and then I'm going to relate this to our class, relate this to other classes, and just show you guys how unfair this really is and how it really doesn't make sense the way that it's currently played. So, Season 2 Conduit upgrades and socket items require new reputation grind in the mall and in patch 9.1. So, the Archivist Codex. The Archivist Codex is a brand new faction in patch 9.1. You'll get relic fragments from doing things in Korthia, such as defeating rares, and turning them in will grant you reputation with this faction. Okay, so this one's going to be about just running around doing rares. I believe there are also daily quests, so it's exactly like the mall is now, except for currency. It's going to give you reputation. And then let's see, Season 2 Conduit upgrades. In order to upgrade your conduits past 226 in patch 9.1, you'll need to acquire a new conduit upgrade item. So this is the Codex of Untapped Soul Binding. This is sold at the reputation vendor of the Archivist Codex, so we need to get our reputation up, and then this will be sold for some specific amount. And requires tier 6 research level with reputation. This means that you'll need to complete a new reputation grind once again to unlock conduit upgrades, and unlike Season 1, you'll need the maximum reputation rank to do it. So this is very similar. You need a specific rank to do such, but what it's not telling you guys, what we can't see in the PTR, oh, we can see here, right here. You can see that, hey, there is some type of currency as well that you need to purchase these upgrades, all right? So it's not just tied behind rep, but it's tied behind rep and currency as well, which is exactly how the mall works currently. And sockets, similarly, in order to upgrade your gear with sockets, you'll need tier 6, you need max reputation. Once you reach that point, you can buy blah, 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 to socket one of your 6 eligible pieces of gear. Excuse me. All right. So a lot of people are tripping off of the rep grind, okay? Yeah, I mean, the rep grind is what it is, but what you guys probably are not aware yet is that the way that this works, and we'll read it, it says discover and upgrade to a random conduit from among your lowest item level conduits up to item level 255. So we know that we're going from 226 to 255. Now, the thing here that is very fair among classes is if you go ahead and look, I'm on my Druid here, you see how many conduits I have? I have 24 conduits, okay? So that means I have to upgrade every single one of these, or I have to at least upgrade, I have to upgrade every single one of these, however many steps they do. And then once I get to the last step, I don't have to upgrade everything to 252. Hopefully I just get lucky and it upgrades the specific ones that I want amongst these 24. Now, what is very unfortunate is the way that this system works is it targets a random one. What it should be is it should be random amongst your spec to narrow it down, because among specs, among classes, this is not fair. So as I said, Druid has 24. My Warrior, for instance, has 18. I'm not aware of other specs, but I know it's going to narrow down, such as Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters, they're probably going to get less because they only have 2 specific specs. They have a tank and they have a damage. So for specs in general that are like that are going to have a lot less. Druid has 4 different classes, right? We have tank, damage, range damage, healer. So we have the most conduits. So this is saying, hey, in general, Druids, you guys are going to be behind. A lot of our damage comes from our conduits, and there is absolutely no way that we can compete with other classes in the game because I have to go through 24 of these, upgrading each one multiple times, whereas something like a Demon Hunter may have like 10 or 12, so may have half of what I do. So by the time I get through a total thing once, they're already done upgrading it twice. And then as it continues down the list, by the time I get 2 upgrades, they're completely done with the entire thing. So that is very unfortunate and worrisome. That is something that we had to deal with in patch 9.1. I figured this was going to be resolved, but it's actually getting worse off. In patch 9.1, there was a way to actually get your best in-slot covenants at 226 without farming them all, such as PvP. You can go to the PvP vendor. For Feral Druid, the PvP vendor sold our best in slot at the highest item level. So as long as we reached a certain rating, we could obtain that. Then there was a way through raid to get a few others. So as you progress through the raid, you could get 226. Maybe it didn't get your best in slot specific ones, but it reached some. So instead of upgrading everything to 226, you already had a few of those 24s out of the way, so you didn't have to farm all 24. Now, moving into patch 9.1, the way that it currently works is you are going to have to farm every single one. There is no way in the game to upgrade your conduits other than this random conduit farming method. So I just wanted to point that out, make you guys aware of that if you're not already. If you're part of the Blizzard community, please let them know that this is going to be a big issue and that it is not fair for Druids and probably other classes when you compare them to specs, classes that only have a few different specs, so forth. That's my rant. Please use your guys' voice to make this a fix. It is in PTR. But that's it, you guys. I appreciate you listening. Take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.